Well, good evening, everyone. Colleen Ferguson here from Ontario, Canada. Back in Canada, missing India. We're here today to share a little bit of information with you about our trip and some updates as well from Jeunesse about the launch of India and some other information. So today we have with us the amazing Ian Murray, Emerald Director. He is my partner in crime on our trip to India. We had an incredible time. We'll talk about that in a moment. And of course, we have Medusa Dan and Dr. VG, and we're very happy to have everybody on the panel today. So today we're just going to talk a little bit about our trip to India. We had an amazing time. We certainly didn't see as many people as we would have liked to have seen, but I think we saw about over 500 people, if I remember right, Ian.
That's correct.
We were in 3 cities. We traveled to Mumbai, Bangalore, and Hubli, and held meetings in all cities. And they were great meetings. We had a good opportunity to get to see everybody face to face, let everybody ask questions and do a little bit of training. It wasn't full training, but it certainly was a good overview of some things to be building towards while we are in pre-launch. This is pre-launch, it's not full launch yet. So there is different focus points in pre-launch than there will be once we get into the actual launch. So I had an amazing time. Medusa Dan, Dr. VG, and Ashwat all invited us into their homes. We had wonderful meals with them and shared an amazing time with them. And just the friendship we've built and developed is something I'll never forget. I know that. I've never been on a trip anything like this before in my entire life. And I absolutely loved every minute of it. I can't say enough about it, to be honest. It was a bit of a blur because it did go by very fast, even though we were there for 11 days. And well, our whole trip was 11 days. I think we were actually working with the team for about 6 days. But the whole trip, it took us 22 hours to get to India, and then to get back home. So and we stopped in London on the way home, and we got to talk to Malcolm Peters, Emerald Director Malcolm Peters of the GPG team, which was also amazing. So it was an all-around great trip. And Ian, I'll just let you share a little bit as well on your thoughts of the trip.
Oh, thanks, Colleen. Hi, everyone. Absolutely, it was an amazing trip. And I think what really stands out, well, not only how gracious everybody was towards us and the friendships we developed. But, in 28 years of doing this business, I don't think I've ever come across such incredible individuals that have so professional, understand the network marketing, direct sales business, understand business. And I think that's what's so exciting is that the team there is just going to literally create new records, break existing records, and have a lot of fun in doing that because of the caliber of individuals that is on this team. And we were there for 6-7 days, and we traveled for a few days. There's some really good news about that. Is that I haven't shared this with Colleen, but there are now direct flights to Mumbai and direct flights to Delhi, which cuts our time down to 14 hours. So, which means that we can spend a whole another day, with everyone there. So that's very exciting, and that started as of July the 1st. And the other point is that we were sad to leave, but we're so excited about coming back because of everything that we experienced there. I mean, with the back-to-back meetings, the caliber of individuals, the incredible leaders that is on this team is something not to be taken for granted. I mean, it's very unique to have the caliber of individuals that we saw from all the different cities. And one of the things that Colleen and I are looking at right now when we do come back in September is we do want to do a tour of the specific cities that are starting to develop with that leadership and build towards, of course, the launch into Delhi. And we'll be working closely with with the leadership team, with of course, Medusa and Dr. VJ and Ashwa, to see what cities that we're going to be focusing in on. But when the product is in everyone's hands, and we're starting to see the income and the checks, and is this going to be so exciting? So without taking too much away on what we want to share in a few moments, but we had just an incredible time, and I do have to give a shout out to Colleen, who's never flown outside of North America before, and she went on 8 different airplanes, and she's now a seasoned traveler, and so we can get her back to India in a week's notice now. So it's really I'll turn it back to you, Colleen. And
okay. Yeah. I should add that one of those airplanes was a propeller airplane, which was also new for me. So yes, it was an amazing trip, and it's a good example of when you cannot change anything in life unless you change yourself. So it's very important that we push ourselves to do things that we're maybe uncomfortable doing. There's nothing wrong with being uncomfortable, but there is something wrong with staying still and being the same, because we don't end in life unless we push ourselves to be different. And that's exactly what I did. And I hope to pass all that inspiration on to others who are maybe just staying where they are, because this is a huge opportunity and people need to push themselves to be more and to do more, and you will change lots of people's lives. And coming to India really wasn't about me. It was about coming there to help the team, and that was my focus, and that's what helped me get on 8 airplanes to come and help train everybody. So I don't regret one moment of it, and I can't wait to come back in September. So I'll just get back to a couple of different updates. I think most of the updates some people have heard, but I do want to repeat them all just to make sure everybody is aware. So the product is coming very soon. We absolutely understand and appreciate everybody's patience in the delays of the product launch. You must understand that opening a country as huge as India takes time, and Jeunesse will not do it unless they do it right. So they are making sure everything is compliant before the official turn on of the products happens, which is scheduled for the end of July. And it will happen. Even if it seems like it's being delayed, it will happen. They've done it 140 times. They know what they're doing, and they won't do it until it's right. So just remember that leaders understand vision and the long-term goal, not short-term. 1 month delay doesn't mean anything in the bigger picture. You have to focus on the long-term goal. And that's exactly what this will be, worth the wait. I promise you that. You will change many people's lives with this opportunity and the product. So thank you for your patience. Just keep sitting tight. It is going to happen, and it's scheduled for the end of July. So the new head office they announced is in, it's not a new head office, the first office in India is in New Delhi, and it is beautiful. I'm sure a lot of you have seen pictures of it in all the WhatsApp rooms. It's absolutely beautiful and will be a great starting point for Jeunesse in India. They have about 6 staff working in India right now. So it is in the very early preliminary stages of pre-launch. It's not launched yet, it's pre-launch. So once things get rolling, things will grow and develop from there. The most important thing right now in these pre-launch stages is that everybody that is in the system gets their accounts off hold. And to do that, you must upload your Aadhaar card, your PAN card. If you don't have a PAN card, I suggest you get one, or you're going to pay a higher tax rate. You have to update a photo ID, proof of address. All this information is in your back office. If you log in, you will see under My Profile where you have to upload all that. So please, please teach your teams to get that done as soon as possible. You cannot make money with Jeunesse until your account is off hold. So don't delay and wait till the products come. Get it done now so that you're in place and your teams are in place for the launch. The last thing you want to have happen is everybody waits and the launch happens and then Jeunesse is backlogged with all these accounts to update. So don't delay, get it done right away. The compensation plan for Jeunesse Global can be found right now in your back office. So you go into your back office, you go to members only, and then you go to distributor information. And you will scroll down through all the countries till you see India. And there's about 4 or 5 documents there now for India. So be sure to download that and understand the compensation plan and be able to teach it to your team. I am also going to do a short training webinar on the compensation plan later this week. And I'll be sending that out to Medusa Dan for distribution to help with the details of the compensation plan. One of the most important things right now for your teams to do is to stay plugged in. Stay plugged into these webinars, stay plugged into your team leaders, any events they're doing, get on the GPG live room on Facebook, get into the Jeunesse Global Facebook page. You'll see lots of updates in there. On Shu, the managing director of India, also has a Facebook page. Plug into him, like his page. Any updates and things like that will be on there. Watch any webinars you can. Malcolm Peters hosts a GPG webinar every Sunday. I believe it's fairly late for India. It's about 11:30, but it is worth it. And if the recordings are up, definitely watch them. They're very important to see what other people are doing and how they're growing their businesses and their advances. There's also training that the GPG does on Mondays at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time and again at 8:30. They're all important things to have your team members plugged into to stay in touch and be aware of what's going on. Also, Jeunesse has released the 4 different startup packs that are going to be offered in India. They will be offering an ambassador pack, which is the largest pack that has all the products in it. It has multiples of the products, so you have lots of product to sell and to use and to have for samples for when you start to do your own events. I don't mean samples, but I mean for people to try it, to feel the products, to see how they work. You also, when you start with the ambassador pack, you are paid as a sapphire for 6 months. There's a jumbo pack, which is the next step down from the ambassador pack. It has multiple products as well. It pays you as a sapphire for 90 days. There's a supreme pack with, again, a little less products, and that pays you as a pearl for 60 days. And then there's the basic pack, which has 4 products in it and some travel points. And all these packs, what's important to know about these packs is that the startup packs are a discounted price off of the wholesale price. So they're obviously less than retail. They're actually 35% less than retail. And they're also about, I think it's about 10 to 11% less than wholesale. So when you first start up, you start up with a startup pack, and you can only buy a pack once. There's other packs you can upgrade to, but it's very important to figure out your budget on how you're going to start your business, choose the pack you want to start with, and that's the pack you start up with. Now, when you buy a startup pack, there is a startup bonus that is given to the buyer, being the person buying the pack, and the sponsor of the buyer. So for instance, if you bought the basic pack to start with, your sponsor will earn 810 rupees and you will earn 810 rupees. So this is actually split. This is a bonus that is split between the sponsor and the new distributor, being the buyer. Okay, this particular part of the compensation plan is unique to India. This part is in the rest of the world. The distributor, the sponsor earns the whole bonus. But in India, it's being split 50-50 between the sponsor and the buyer. That is an India regulation, not Genesa's regulation. Genesa is still giving out the full bonus. It's just being split between the sponsor and the distributor. Okay, so that's an important difference between India and other international plans. Another very important part about the India plan is that when you buy a pack or products, they include taxes. Okay, so the price you pay includes taxes. In the other compensation plans in the rest of the world, taxes are extra. So if you're trying to compare plans, you must know that that's a big difference. Okay, so even with the new GST that just came into India, it is incorporated in their pricing, so you don't have to worry about taxes on top of that. And again, that is something unique about the India plan compared to the other plans. And the only other thing that's quite different and quite a benefit for India that is different between international, well, actually the US plan and India's plan, is that in the United States, you have to have 2 customers a month, every month, to get paid. In India, you do not. Okay, so the only requirement in India to continue to earn all the points and get paid, have all 6 streams of income open to you, your only requirement is to generate 60 CV points a month. Okay, that's the only thing you have to do to stay in business. And you can do that with personal consumption or retail customers buying off your retail website and things like that. Okay, so that's really the only major differences between the 2 plans. And I'm going to pass it over to Ian, and he's going to just give you a little bit of advice and guidance on how you should be building to Sapphire in this launch part of building your teams.
Well, thanks, Colleen. And it's the updates are so important. And one of the things that I just want to reiterate, is so important that you upload your documents, because there are only so many people in the office, and it's going to be overwhelming. As soon as the product is launched, everyone's going to want to upload their documents all at the same time. And so just a word of advice, really focus on your team getting it done beforehand, before all the product launched. And we're probably less than 30 days away from the product being launched in India. And so what are some of the things that you should be focusing on right now? Well, of course, you want to be telling the story, and you want to be building that team. And one of the things that I really want to stress with you to understand that this is a global business. It's a global business. And when you bring somebody in, chances are they probably know people outside of India as well. And one of the things that you need to do as a good leader is ask, who do you know? And understand that, and we're in 139, 140 other countries. Chances are they may know someone there. And as soon as they have a replicating website, as soon as they're part of your team, they have a global business. And so they don't have to wait over the next 30 days. They can actually start their business today by going out and saying, who do you know in North America? Who do you know in England? Who do you know in Ireland, Scotland, Germany, South Africa, Malaysia, Thailand, Dubai? I mean, that's all available to us, and they can start to build their team. They can be in a position of earning commissions, and they won't get paid until it's officially open, but you're building up your team. And so the key here is, right now in India, there isn't any registration fee. So it's a matter of building that structure. And as Colleen will go through with the video, I'm sure, she's going to be doing for you, the pivotal point in our compensation plan is a position called Sapphire. And that is where you have personally sponsored at least 12 individuals and have helped them become an executive. And that should be your focus over the next 30 days to make sure that not only you are in that structure, but your team members are in that structure. And you want to work it down so that if you have personally sponsored individuals, you are working with them to help them personally sponsor individuals. And those individuals don't have to all be in India. They can be anywhere else that Jeanette is doing business. Now understand that, you know, if you were to sponsor me in Toronto, then I would be part of your team. If I came in to the business as an ambassador pack, and that's how we started our business, because we want all the product, you would receive that first order bonus. You don't split it with me. So in fact, in Canada, that first order bonus is $250 US. You would get that. I would get the product, and I would be Sapphire for 6 months, and I would be building my team. In India, that first order bonus is split. So if you've got someone that you're talking to that's looking at the business and saying, hey, I want to get involved, but you're not shipping product yet, you know, why should I get involved? How can I get a return on my investment? Well, they can get a return on their investment today if they get involved. Because if they happen to know someone outside of India that gets involved, they are actually being paid that first order bonus, 100% of that first order bonus. So, I mean, it's going into their wallet. And even though they can't access that money yet until we're open and shipping product, it's basically like an insurance policy. They're building that income up. And then as soon as we start launch product, then, you know, they're going to have access to that first order bonus. So, you know, there's a lot of people out there that know people in other countries as well. So I just want to make sure that everyone understands that, you know, as a leader, as a sponsor, probably the biggest thing that we can teach people is that question, who do you know? Those three very simple words. Who do you know? Actually, 4 words. Sorry. Who do you know? That can really build you an international business without going international. So I would encourage you over the next 30 days, next 3.5 weeks, whenever it is before a product is launched, to go back to your team, make sure that they understand that even though it's not open right now, today, July the 5th, it's open in 140 other countries. And, you know, who do you know that may know someone outside of India that would love to get involved in the #1 company in the globe? That I am convinced that, you know, we have an Exec Connect this Friday, and I know we had an incredible month in June. July is not going to slow down. We're on track probably to break 1.8 billion this year, possibly even more with the opening of India. So there's no slowing down. And I truly believe that the records that have already been set with the company will be broken with the caliber of leadership that we experienced on our travels to India, and the individuals that are on this call. And, you know, it's all there for us. And it's an incredible opportunity. We will never be in this position again where we're coming into pre-launch. So make sure that your team is informed, that they know that they need to build a structure. They need to have at least, you know, 3 of those executives on one side of their binary tree, and they can have the balance on the other. And Colleen will go through all the little details of the compensation plan. But the key right now is to sit down with them, draw it out on a piece of paper, and just fill in those blanks. And remember that they have 140 other countries that they could be talking to, people they may know that could be added to their team immediately. and start doing building an organization. So with that, Colleen, I'll send it back to you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ian. Yeah, I guess I could add that maybe Jeunesse isn't open in India yet, but your wallet's open. So your wallet can receive commission to be paid to you once Jeunesse is open. So Ian's absolutely right. You can build anywhere, and you can earn 100% of the first start bonus in any other country when you sponsor someone. Just in India, it's split. That's all. It's an India regulation. You're still getting commission.
Think about this, Colleen, and just think: what if over the next 3.5 weeks or 4 weeks, whatever it is, before the product's launch, that you bring in 4 ambassador packs, 4 ambassador packs outside of India. Let's say 1 in England, 1 in Toronto, 1 in New York, 1 in South Africa, or you would receive $1,000 US. So you would have $1,000 US sitting in your wallet, and your country's not even open yet. And so now the company's open, and you've got to buy product. You've got money sitting there. That's profit. Now it'll pay for your product.
Pay for your ambassador pack.
As well as the company will give you 50% of the first order bonus back. So let's say your product was $1,000. The company's going to give you $125 back immediately for your first order bonus.
When you buy your pack.
You buy yours. So I mean, I always believe, wouldn't it be great to use other people's money? So I mean, it's available there, and your wallet is activated. So all you need to do is fill it up. So I'll turn it back to you, Colleen.
Okay, thank you. So Ian was talking about drawing it out here. I hope you can see this, but this is, can you see that? This is the Sapphire chart that Ian and I brought and we're showing to some people when we came, and just ask your sponsor for that. If you don't have a copy of it, we'll make sure it is given out to all the leaders, and the leaders will give them out to you. It's a great way to keep track of yourself working your way up to Sapphire. So just a few, I'm going to pass this to Medusa in just a second, but just a couple other things I want to point out to be doing in pre-launch. Know your bullet points, the Jeunesse bullet points. Again, your upline or your sponsor will have that. These are very important things to be studying in pre-launch, so you have something to be working on and you know what you're talking about when it comes to the company, the products, and things like that. Focus on building to Sapphire and teaching your team the same. These Sapphire sheets, we actually use them to track our own team members. So when you find that one of your team members is an obvious leader, you would want to track their business as well and work together and make sure each other gets to Sapphire. So your compensation plans in your back office, your Sapphire chart you should be asking for, and your bullet points, and just staying plugged in. So that's about all I want to talk about today. I want to pass this over to Medusa, Dan, and Dr. Vijay, and they will give some insight on some things as well. So go ahead.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Colleen madam. Can you answer? I would like to call first Dr. Vijay to share a few words with the webinar. Vijay madam, please go on.
You're on mute.
Unmute.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, Ian and Colleen. Yeah. So having Ian and Colleen in India, all the way from Canada, gives us a strong background of the company, which we are already in. Starts. Okay. So products apart, the business is amazing, which we have gone through. The facilities, the one as a family, which we felt when Anne and Colleen were here. So it's amazing. So let me again tell you all of the team members here, why I am in this business. For me, a small or the medium income is not an issue. here through this business, I'm looking for a leverage for a time and money, okay, and unlimited income, which is huge, you know. Just change my life with 2 to 3 okay, perennial income when I'm still active. I have a lot of money to do whatever I want, I wish to, and passive income when I'm not working, touring around with the team, for the team members and with the team members, okay, and the generation income which we have when I am not going to be alive, and my kids will enjoy it. So this is going to be as a project for me for a period of 5 to 7 years. Okay. So with my 15 years of experience in the profession, where I'm struggling myself all alone uh, to just lead a normal life. Okay. So here, this project is with dedication and persistence. And friends, as Colleen ma'am said, you know, staying plugged in is very, very important. Okay. So just because we have fastened our belts and we have plugged in, we have a huge team coming up. So do you have that opportunity? Okay. So all I say to all of them is take your seats, list down your team, which is already there, and take the lead to become a leader of an global opportunity here. Yeah. Thank you, friends. Thank you.
Thank you, Jordan. Hello, Colleen madam. Hello, Ian sir. So it is great to see you. It is great to see you all again. We had a fantastic time when you visited. It was actually a dream come true for us. We started business way back. I never expected you would be so early in our place, and that too we can meet in person. And your visit to India was really very exciting for us. Really, we had beyond our expectation. Of course, your visit was announced as a surprise for us. But when you came here, what we had with your company and what experience we had with you is really unimaginable. So I also thank this system because the system gives us the power. The system has given the power to you to come to India and to extend the support to us who have started the business here. And you have given us a leaf. The leaf is that we too can travel entire world to build the business. So for that, the requirement is change. I should be able to change. We should be able to change. Stand different. Stand different. Have good vision, and use this beautiful international business system. And anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. This system is a powerful one, and it is the way you come over here. It is a very explicit way of expressing that the team is GPG is with the distributors. And you are again coming on September 23rd. Again, we want you at that time to visit all our centers. We got team entire spread in entire India, Delhi, Bombay, I think Calcutta, Gujarat. We got main teams right over there also. So we want you to spend your next visit in meeting all our main centers, and at the same time we also will give a pledge to you that we will surely build a wonderful team in India, and we will do an international concept because Ian sir was telling that we have to we have to have ask everybody whom do you know outside India, whom do you know in other countries. So on that basis, we will build our team, and we all are excited, and we all are committed. And I want all our distributors to take, because we are in the beginning of the system. The system is starting in India just now. It is the starting stage, and we will surely build a very good team. And we expect your visit back in September. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Kalpana.
Thank you. That was very nice. Like everybody's pins they're wearing, I just noticed. Very nice. Yes, okay, so I think we'll wrap up the call. We went a little bit over time, but I just want to reiterate that this part of opening a country can be trying. You have to hold on to belief. If you start to find you're not believing anymore because of the delay, you must find someone else's belief to hold on to. We know what will happen because we've seen it happen over and over in many, many countries. I know a lot of you maybe don't really understand how big this is going to be for India and your lives and your families, but we do know. So if you find your belief wavering, hold on to ours, because we know our belief is unshakable, and you have to find that within. It will happen, and it will change your life if you work the business. So with that, I want to say thank you to everyone. Thank you very much to our panel tonight. Thank you to Ian Murray, our Emerald Director. Can't wait to do this trip again with him in September. Thank you, Medusa Dan. Thank you, Dr. VG. And we will get Ashwat on this call. I'm a very busy man. We missed him on the call, but we will get him on this call. He's an incredible leader as well, and we very much enjoyed all the time we spent with him as well and his team, and we will get him on the next call for sure. So thank you, everybody. Have a great night, and thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye, sir. Bye, sir.
Good, Dan. Night.